This is Drew with thepodcastingstore.com, your one-stop shop for all things podcasting and remote learning.
Well, greetings and welcome to another one of our videos. This one's going to be slightly different. Now, I engaged in a challenge over a year ago to publish a new piece of content every day for the entire calendar year, no matter what. And I've done a great job of keeping up with that so far. But the unexpected has happened. I was supposed to be traveling back to Colorado by now, and I can't, which means I'm not back at my store, I'm not back in my studio, I'm not back amongst all the gear that I would normally have with me. I just have what I was traveling with when I came on vacation to Kentucky. So I can't be with my stuff. It's going to be a few days before that happens, but I still need to create some original content. So what do you do when you're trying to deliver content to your audience, but you don't have the resources available as usual? Now, I'm here outside again on the front porch. You can hear construction stuff going on. It was raining out. It's not ideal, but again, I get natural light. It's a great setting to engage in content creation. But what I want to talk about today is the 8 things that you can share that's not original content. So it's not a video that you created or a podcast that you made or anything like that, but it's content that's out there that your audience would find valuable. And so here are the 8 things, and I'm going to go over these in detail, that you can share. So we've got podcasts, we've got websites, we've got useful videos, book reviews, articles, product announcements, awards and recognition, and memes. So let's dive in on this, because I've used every single one of these at some point or another, and I know you can too if you're really trying to get out there and stay in front of your audience. So the first one that we're going to talk about is podcasts, and specifically the one that I'm highlighting here was the EdRep Radio podcast from the Eastman Company. Now, Shane Duell, who is a friend and also he's our rep for the Eastman Company, he created this podcast during the pandemic just kind of to give an insight as to what ed reps do, school reps and things like that. I do that with in Loveland with the Thompson School District, as you know if you've been paying attention to the other videos. This podcast had some really great, valuable information, and I really was excited to share that with my audience, so I did. And so you can share individual episodes as well as just the podcast in general. And so keep that in mind, that podcasts are a great way for people to get their message out, and sharing that with your audience could be a huge, huge value add. The next one is websites. Now, when we started the podcasting store, we were anticipating doing a podcast, and that's really morphed more into doing video content and things of that sort. But for folks who are just getting into podcasting, you need to host it, you need to distribute it. And I've actually done my Beyond the Stage podcast, my very, very infrequent at this point, but I have it hosted on Anchor. And Anchor, you can upload, you can disseminate, share links, check your stats, do all of that kind of stuff. So this website was very valuable for me, and I wanted to make sure that my audience, specifically podcast content creators, knew about it. Then the next thing would be useful videos. Now, Skills Factory, that's their logo right there. They created an amazing video that I found super helpful for getting started in using OBS, which is the program I'm using right now to create this video. I found it valuable. I didn't have the skills yet to create my own version of that video. I wanted my audience to see that because I think OBS is an incredibly powerful program. It's not hard to use. It's free, open source, and Skills Factory had one of the best, I think it was about 7.5-minute primers on how to use it. So I would have felt negligent in not sharing that with my video creating audience that didn't know about OBS or how to use it. I thought it was just the most amazing start into this powerful piece of software. The next thing is book reviews. This one's a little bit self-serving. Now, Amazon has lots of books, as you know, and has lots of book reviews. I say self-serving because I wrote a review for Amazon on a book that I really, really enjoyed and I thought was valuable. But if your audience is the kind that reads books, they're going to want to know what book is next, what you're reading, what other people are reading, what's relevant in your space, and what is some good content that you can deliver to them. So sharing a book review of a book that you're into or think would be interesting could be massively helpful. So that's another one that's great to keep in mind. Articles. This was hugely helpful during COVID, for example, when everyone was at home and we were trying to figure out what to do. Yamaha specifically, this is what I'm highlighting here, created their educator suite, and they had all kinds of resources for music educators for things like recruiting and for how to have bands safely in the COVID era and things of that sort. So if you can find a useful article from a website, and I know this is kind of dovetailing into the websites as well, but there were specific articles on this website, not just in general, that I thought was hugely valuable to music educators, which is a large part of our target audience. So I shared that with them, and I know they got a lot of value out of that. Then product announcements. This one's also huge. We're in a product-based business. I mean, it's a service business, but we sell products. And what I'm highlighting here is Hercules. When they had their adaptive series phone holders, I'm using one right now to record this video, they announced this months in advance and the product was delayed. But the announcement was out there. It created buzz, it created excitement, and I shared some of that, and then as soon as I got that, I made some videos. One of the most popular videos I've made, actually, was on the microphone boom stand from the Hercules Adaptive Series. So if there's a product in your industry, or a product that you're familiar with that you think your audience is going to love and engage with, then again, you really need to share that with them. Whether or not you sell it, whether or not it's even out yet, just make people aware of it, because that could be massively valuable. Then awards and recognition. This one again is huge. We are super proud at Boomer Music. We were nominated for the NoCo Style 2022 Best Music Store in Fort Collins. It's a local award, but we've won it in the past, and I really want to win it again. So I shared with our audience the link to how to vote for us and explaining what it is, why it's important to us, and why we would be honored to win it again. Audiences love awards, and I love awards too. I mean, it shows that we're doing something right and getting recognition for that. So if you're up for an award or being recognized for it, tell people about it. How else are they going to know? So definitely just get the word out, share that you're up for an award and that you're getting some kind of recognition. Your audience will love that. And then finally, memes. This is one that I do every week. Every Saturday over on the Boomer Music Facebook page, which is why I have the Facebook logo up there, I share a meme, just something funny. It's just serious content isn't really made for Saturdays, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary. But I want to share something that makes people laugh. And I also share that in our newsletter as well. Just some kind of a comic, a meme, something that I found along the way. Hugely valuable, gets great engagement. I have fun finding them and sharing them, and people really seem to enjoy them. So those are the 8 things that you can share that are not original content. Now, I will warn you, attribute where you're getting it from. Do not pass it off as your own, because it's not. But if you're creating a derivative work, for example, then give credit where it's due. But sharing someone else's content and publishing it to your channels can be massively valuable. I would encourage you to consider doing that, especially when you find yourself in a position where creating original content in the way that you want to isn't really possible. But even in general, if you're just starting out, or if you're kind of strapped for ideas, there's always an idea out there. And I get so much inspiration from other people's content for what I create. I mean, this video, for example, I got the inspiration from this from all the content that I've shared. So I hope you found this helpful. Comment. Let me know what other stuff I left off the list, or other ideas that you have. Like, share, subscribe, check out the other videos in the channel, and we will catch up with you next time.
If you're facing a unique problem with podcasting or remote learning, we can help. Reach out to us at thepodcastingstore.com and we'll see what solutions we can find for you. And if you like what you hear, do me a favor and tell a friend. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our e-newsletter, and you'll never miss another podcast or video again. This is Drew with thepodcastingstore.com. Thank you for listening.